A college student, Laken Riley, was murdered, allegedly by this illegal migrant from Venezuela. He entered the country in 2022. Brandon Judd joins me now. Brandon, Venezuela is no longer accepting flights of deported migrants. So what happens to him?
Well, this shows where we're failing, where Biden fails extensively. He does not have a plan for the future in case things like this happen. The State Department has the right to negotiate agreements with other safe countries so that we can send people to those countries. Yeah. He also has the right to put more pressure on Mexico to accept these people back to. So there's a lot that the State Department can do, but that's the administration failing to look to the future to see what is going to happen if a country refuses to take their citizens back. But there's a lot that we can do. It's just that Biden just doesn't have the fortitude to do what's necessary to secure our borders.
Wait a second, Brandon. Biden got a deal with Venezuela. If they would hold free elections, we could get their oil and we'd give 800,000 of them special treatment to come to America. That deal is completely broken down. And look at the violence and crime that we've got because of that deal. This is a disgrace for the Biden administration.
It is. And Laken Riley's death falls directly on Biden's head because he's allowed this to happen. Again, he has not looked to the future. He has not anticipated what would potentially happen if a country backs out of certain agreements, if they don't follow through with their agreement. We always have to recognize that if we enter into an agreement with another country and they fail to uphold their end of that agreement, what are we going to do? And that, again, it's where he fails. He doesn't play chess very well.
What's the state of play on the border right now? I'm told that the numbers crossing are down. Is that accurate?
That is not accurate when you compare apples to apples. We don't compare January to December. We compare January of 24 to January of 23. And when you look at January of 24, we were up 12% in apprehensions over 23. And by the way, Stuart, we set a record in 23. So we're on pace for another record in 2024. Every single year that he's been in office, we have set records for apprehensions. We've set records for gotaways. We've set records for deaths. Everything that is bad on the border, we continue to set records under this president.
If he wanted to, the president could cut the flow right now with executive orders. Do you expect him to?
No, absolutely not. And the reason that I don't is because he doesn't want to lose that large base of support that wants open borders. When you look at his underwater polling, yes, he's very underwater, but that 30% of the people that approve of what he's doing, that is his base of support. And if he goes against that base of support, they don't show up to the polls, he has no pathway to victory.
And the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, says that Biden is conducting a master class in government. Hold your laughter. Brandon Judd, thank you very much indeed for joining us. We do appreciate it, sir. Thanks a lot.